If you're in a body composition where cardio is not yet an option for you, deep keto macros is going to be the #1 way to lose weight, period. Ho, that looks good to me. You're going to want to check this out. Do I have a treat for you? Today I'm coming at you guys with an amazing keto meal. We're going for deep keto macros on this one. It's going to be all about pork belly. If you've watched me in the past, you know I'm a bacon guy. I'm eating a lot of bacon all the time. Today we're going to mix things up just a little bit. First and foremost, we're going for a deeper keto. That means I want my keto macros higher than you even would normally get with bacon. On top of that, there's a second caveat here. Some people really don't like sodium nitrate or nitrate. This is going to be a great option for people that don't like that. We're going with something a little bit more organic this time. Behind me, I've picked up some raw pork belly. We're going to season it ourselves, and then I'm going to show you how I use a pellet smoker to get this thing really good. What I'm going to be teaching you guys today is what I call pork belly bites. When done properly, the keto macros on this should be close to 2 grams of fat per 1 gram of protein. A 2-to-1 keto macros is going to be very good for anyone that's on the ketogenic diet looking to lose a lot of weight while maintaining the ease factor. You see, the higher your keto macros are, the less hungry you're going to feel, and that's because you're going to be more insulin sensitive, meaning your insulin is not going to rise almost at all eating this meal. You're not going to get hungry, but you are going to be in a calorie deficit, getting you to shed body weight like crazy. This recipe is going to be a game changer for anyone that has a pellet smoker. If you don't, the oven's a close second place. Either way, I'm going to show you guys how I prepare this, and we're going to get the best keto meal possible. Before we get cooking, let's go ahead and weigh the pork belly. That way we know just how much we're working with. To get an understanding of the calories, we're going to take the calories after it's already been cooked. So we'll weigh it raw, weigh it again after it's been cooked. This is going to give us pretty accurate calories, which we can then log into a calorie tracking app. So you can see right here, we're working with just shy of 4 pounds of pork belly. This right here is going to be perfect for meal prep. We're going to be targeting 8 ounces per serving after it's been cooked. We'll come back with the calories for that. So how this is going to work from here, I'm going to get this pork belly onto a cutting board. We're going to be cutting it nice and thin. The idea here is that we want to cut them thinly into squares and then spread them evenly in the smoker. The end result resembles something of actually like a chicken nugget, but it's going to be a lot fattier and it's going to be a lot tastier. Let's get this on the cutting board and get to work. By the way, I highly recommend you get a ceramic knife like the one I'm displaying here. Whether you're making pork belly or not, a knife like this and getting the meat nice and cold makes it cut so much better. I highly recommend you put your meat in the freezer. It doesn't have to get all the way frozen, but you want it to really toughen up so that you can cut it and it's nice and tough while you cut. This makes everything so much better. You're gonna see what I'm talking about once I get this on the board and we get cutting. So you'll see that I have just a little bit over 3.5 pounds of meat here. What we're going to do is once we have the final cook, we're going to re-weigh the meat. Ideally, I'd like to get 8 ounces of raw meat per meal. So if we're at 3.5 pounds, I should be able to get 7 meals out of the cooked product. Again, after we weigh it, we'll divvy it up 7 ways, and that's going to really tell us how much we're working with so that we can lock this into a fitness tracker and we'll know exactly how many calories we're getting. Once we've cut these into medallions, the next thing we want to do is transfer this to a cooking tray that's been lined with parchment paper. This is going to make the cleanup a lot easier. If you have a pellet smoker, one of the things you may find is it gets incredibly dirty at the bottom. You can circumvent all of this by simply cooking on a tray with the parchment paper. The end result is almost exactly the same, and it's going to make it so much easier to cook and even easier to clean so that you're not spending your whole Saturday afternoon with a soapy cloth and bucket of water. Once we've cut it up, we're going to spread it through the tray. We're going to get it nice and spaced out. What we want to get is as much meat exposed to the air as possible with as little overlap as we can. It's not going to be perfect, but we can get it pretty close. Once we've accomplished that, we're going to pick out a seasoning. Personally, I love this lamb barbecue. You can use whatever you would like. Just try to make sure there's not too much sugar in the seasoning that you use. We're going to apply it liberally. Want to make this taste as good as possible because we're going to be eating pork belly for the next couple of days. Once we've applied our seasoning, all there's left to do now is get this outside into the pellet smoker and let it cook. We're going to start things out at 300 degrees for 2 hours and we'll check in on it from there. If you're like me and you have a Traeger, what I like to do, ooh, that was hot by the way, get this thing preheated early. It does take a while to heat up, and while it's heating up, it's not gonna be doing a whole lot. I've got mine set to 300 degrees. The minute I put the meat in there, it's already hot, it's already started to cook. I'm gonna set a timer for 2 hours. Hey Siri, set a timer for 2 hours. 2 hours should be plenty of time at 300 degrees. If you want to go a little bit slower than that, you can always make the temperature less, 250, maybe even go as low as 200 if you're going for an all-day smoke. But if you're doing this for a regular meal prep like myself, 2 hours is plenty of time. Throw it in for 300 degrees. As long as it's cooked on the other side, you're done. Of course, you can always leave it in longer if you need to. As for the pellets, I just use the Costco default variant. It's got the hickory smoke, which is all I need, but you can use any pellet you like, and it's gonna add a ton of flavor. If you don't have a smoker, the oven works just as fine, especially in the winter time when being outside is not exactly desirable. Just throw it in the oven. It might take a little bit longer. It might not get that smoky flavor, but you know what? Close is good enough. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
2 hours later.
All right, guys. We got 10 seconds. Can you see that? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Our 2 hours are up. Let's see what we're working with. Ho, that looks good to me. You're going to want to check this out. All right, let's get this thing going, shall we? All right. That's actually perfect. So we can see some of these little guys in the corner, maybe not quite as cooked as I'd like, but you can see a lot of these are looking really nice. If you wanted to, you could always flip these, let the side that was on bottom be facing the top. This will just kind of dry them out a little bit. Makes this a little easier to store if you do it that way. Otherwise, if you're doing this as in a one meal, I mean, this right here is ready to go. Personally, what I'm going to do, just because I've meal prepped this, I'm probably going to give these another 10 minutes just to kind of crispy up on the alternate sides. Then I'm going to pan this up. What we're going to do is weigh this out so that we see how much the full finished product is and try to split it 7 ways and see how many calories we end up with. But first, we may as well have a sample. This might reduce the finished weight, by the way. Here we go. Take 2, since the other one fell on the floor. Man, I love the keto diet. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine losing weight eating food that tastes this good? I actually think this is ready, so I'm gonna go get the pans. We're gonna weigh this bad boy out and start getting it plated up. This fell on the floor, so you can have it. Early birthday present. Don't throw it up. What do you think, buddy? Is it pork belly corgi approved? Take that as a yes. I thought I could fit this all on a plate, but I was wrong. Here we go. We're in the glass pan so far at about 1.5 pounds. I think this is going to finish out close to 2. If I'm proven right about that, I'll be able to split this 8 ways. 1/4 pound per meal. There we have it, 2 pounds and 4 ounces. So what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna log this whole entire thing into MyfitnessPal, and from there I'll be able to divvy this out. I'm gonna divide it in a way that gets me to 600 calorie meals. Good news, the pork belly came out a little leaner than I actually originally thought it would. We've got 2 pounds and 4 ounces, that comes out to 36 ounces. In MyFitnessPal, I put 36, I end up getting about 3,000 calories. Because I want to have 600 calories per meal, I'm not going to split this 7 ways, I'm actually going to split it 5. But I want you guys to check this out. This whole thing right here is only 3,000 calories. This is a testament to just how effective the keto diet is when done properly. Because we're completely restricting carbohydrates, we have a lot more fat calories that we can take in. And when you're this level of keto, looking at our charts here, we're at almost a 1.5 fat to protein ratio, putting us slightly over 80% keto macros. You just simply are not going to be hungry. This is going to be incredible for someone who's really looking for aggressive fat loss. The heavier you are, the more effective deep keto macros are. If you're someone like myself who does a lot of physical activity, deep keto may not always be the best option. If you've seen my other videos before, you do know that I have carbohydrates when I do my long distance runs, but I really want to hammer this in. If you're in a body composition where cardio is not yet an option for you, deep keto macros is going to be the #1 way to lose weight, period. Something like this where pork belly is above 80% fat, it's the ideal thing to eat if you're unfortunately on the heavier side and you've really got to lose that weight. I'm always going to recommend bacon, but if you're someone that doesn't like all the preservatives that come in the packs of bacon, the pork belly made at home, turn them into these pork belly bites like I've got right here. It's an amazing alternative option. You can still meal prep it. As you can see, I'm good for the week here. I've got 5 meals that I can take to work with me. This is going to be plenty to get me through the week. Now, this won't be the only thing I eat for the whole week. I still do cardio. I will be having carbohydrates for that, but I do like to be in ketosis a majority of the day. This is going to be my meals for the week. Can't wait to eat it. I want you guys to give this a try because I think this is going to make a big difference for you if you're on the keto diet. Go ahead, let me know what you guys think. Comment down below if you've been running with my diet, how it's been going for you. Beyond that, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you need help with your diet, I have a private Discord which I will share in a link down below. I'm here to help you, so if you've got problems, get in that Discord and I will make sure that you are well taken care of. If you're looking for even more help beyond that, I do offer one-on-one coaching. If that's something that interests you, you can get a hold of me either by messaging me directly in Discord, or you can send me an email, which is available through my Linktree link, also down below in the description. With that, guys, new content coming out every week. On Sundays, I do a 1-hour live stream. Mondays are my original content days. And during the midweek, I like to give short lessons. Hope you guys are enjoying. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.